added that no politically motivated data was used in selecting the beneficiaries. The National Social Registrar was used to determine those who will benefit. The register is updated regularly to remove those who have died. Ugolo, however, promised to publish by the end of next month state-by-state data of how the money was disbursed. The International Monetary Fund has advised the Central Bank of Nigeria to strengthen Nigeria's national identification systems and make Know Your Customer requirements easily enforceable as the e-Naira integration into the payment ecosystem continues. In a report released on Thursday, the multilateral institution said the CBN and other central banks in Africa will need to develop the expertise and technical capacity to manage the risk to data privacy, including from potential cyber attacks and financial integrity, as central bank digital currency gains ground. The fund said the CBDC could trigger risks of citizens pulling too much money out of banks to purchase digital currencies, affecting banks' ability to lend. IMF in its report stated that central banks will also need to consider how CBDCs affect the private industry for digital payment services. It has made important strides in promoting financial inclusion through mobile money. The IMF also said South Africa and Ghana central banks are exploring or in the pilot phase of a digital currency following Nigeria's October introduction of e-Naira. Analysts have emphasized the need for a unified exchange rate to address the scarcity of the dollar and the crisis in the foreign exchange market. While speaking on the iBrandTV's Business Breakfast Show, Chairman of the Ikeja District Society of ICANN, Olusesan Okwade, says in order to address the thriving parallel forest market in the country, the government must adopt a unified exchange rate or preferably allow the free market operations where demand and supply dictate the taste.
Don't forget that the Vice President is the chairman of the economic think tank that is actually talking. But my challenge has been that the two have not been talking in the same direction. At the time, the chairman of the economic summit was saying that let's actually unify our currency in such a way that we know that the forces of demand and supply is what plays out. In your prologue that you read at the beginning, you said the rates at the exchange where it's being traded is about 400 and something naira to the dollar.
Yes.
420 naira to the dollar. But you and I understand that that's not what is obtainable, because how many people have access to the dollar in exchange at the primary market that we're talking about? You know, majority of the people goes about to get this dollar from the black market, from the people outside it, because the CBN are not meeting the demand of an average supply, and because of the bureaucratic setting, if you are able to unify it, suggested by the Vice President, which the President is still saying they are studying, at least it will give you leverage. Everybody knows that whatever you get in the bank is what you get outside it. So then the law of demand and supply will play together. People that are rushing out to get the dollar cannot get it from the bank, and when the demand is actually there and the supply itself is available, the majority of what people are doing is that rather than pushing those currencies to the bank, when they know that they are going to have less gain, they decide to push it to the black market where they will have more gain, even when they have actually gotten it at the official rate. So that's why I see union in unifying it. But I don't know, the president has the final say, and you and I understand why this is. And don't forget, most of the things that we are.
The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry has advised the Central Bank of Nigeria to expand its targeted intervention schemes to support the productive sectors of the economy to reduce the cost of production. Chinyere Omna, Director General of the LCCI, made the calls while restating the position of the Chamber on the recent hike in the monetary policy rate. by the Monetary Policy Committee of the CBN from 11.5% to 13% following recent fundamentals in the economy. She pointed out factors responsible for the rising inflation to include an epileptic supply of premium noble spirits, high costs of automotive, gas, oil, electricity, tariff hikes, insecurity, and the liquidity crisis in the foreign exchange market. According to the LCCIDG, these factors have continued to put pressure on the cost of production, translating to higher prices or cost-push inflation. She emphasized these headwinds must be tackled head-on for the inflationary pressure to be tamed sustainably. Now, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria said its members are ready to sell petrol at 165 naira per litre if they can get supply from private depots. The government-approved ex-depot price of 148 naira per litre. Aitman also called on the management, the NNPC, to take more than passing interest in activities at the private depots owned by members of the Depots and Petroleum Products Marketers Association. The National President, Aitman Debo Ahmed, and National Publicity Secretary, Chinedu Okadike, made us known in a joint statement. They expressed concern over the sale of petroleum products to members of Aitman above the NNPC-approved templates of 148 litres or naira per litre, which they noted was inimical to their survival. Ahmed, however, called on NNPC to save his members from the excesses of depots and petroleum products marketers. The federal government says it is determined to create an enabling and attractive environment for businesses in Nigeria. This was contained in a statement by the Assistant Director of Public Relations, Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, or SAGI Edward. The statement quoted the Minister of State for Transportation, Bemisola Saraki, saying this when she embarked on a tour of facilities and assets of the NIMASA. She was quoted to have added that collaboration amongst all maritime agencies of government in terms of information gathering and sharing was key to achieving this. Bemish Saraki expressed the need to sustain the momentum to ensure that Nigeria remained attractive to investors, adding that the ministry was delighted to the steps taken by NIMASA to address the issue of war risk insurance premium on Nigerian-bound cargoes. The federal government of Nigeria has announced that it is working with Brazil to supply and distribute 10,000 tractors to farmers nationwide. This was disclosed by the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Mohammed Mahmoud Abubakar, at the opening of Africa's Agricultural Machines and Equipment Technology Expo in Abuja. The minister added that the deal will boost Nigeria's mechanized food production and also enhance food sufficiency, which is an era of global food crisis. He said the partnership between Brazil and Nigeria is aimed at fast-tracking the mechanization of the agricultural sector, improving production, boosting the economy, enhancing food self-sufficiency, and creating job opportunities for Nigerian youths. Still to come, Netflix cuts 300 more jobs after subscriptions fall. Details of this and more after this break. Stay with us.
Most people don't understand the magic of the perfect skin, the allure of the well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Glenview Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Glenview family. cleaners limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry clean and laundry service for our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
You're watching Business Now on iBrandTV Lagos. Now to Africa scene. The World Health Organization Regional Office for Africa, NEPAD, Mary Salisbury, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Merck Sharp and Dome have unveiled plans to launch a $7 million Pan-African initiative targeted at providing 60 promising early and growth stage companies with risk tolerance grants alongside commercialization support to power their impact to scale. Now, speaking on the launch of the report and I3 program, Director Salient Advisory Remy Adesina said there has been considerable progress over the past year as supply chain innovations work to enhance access to quality medicines. Director Africa, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Sheikh Umar, noted that African health innovators have shown increasing capacity to leverage technology to optimize supply chains and advance access to medicines. The development comes on the heels of the Salient Advisory Report on Market Intelligence, which highlighted prospects of some African health tech startups in the supply chain. South African state power company Eskom said it would be forced to widen electricity cuts on Friday, and over the weekend as labour protests linked to deadlocked wage talks disrupt operations. The utility, which has struggled to meet power demand in Africa's most industrialized nation for over a decade, has been implementing a stage 2 rotational outages since the start of the week. But it will increase the severity of the outages, stage 4, requiring up to 4,000 megawatts of capacity to shed from the national grid from 1,100 local time until midnight from 0900 to 2200 GMT on Friday. Stage 4 outages will also be implemented from 0500 local time until midnight on Saturday and Sunday. A foreign scene a day after endorsing Ukraine's candidacy to join the European Union, but the bloc leaders turned their attention Friday to the severe economic turbulence looming over the coming months as the full impact of Russia's war sinks in and the threat of recession rises. The EU's 27 leaders gathered in Brussels to grapple with surging inflation, energy shocks, dwindling business and consumer confidence, and growing budget pressures. The leaders also will have to contend with higher borrowing costs as the European Central Bank prepares to raise interest rates for the first time in 11 years to counter runaway price increases. ECB President Christine Lagarde, who plans to raise rates next month and again in September, joined the EU summit to discuss the darkening economic outlook. The euro retreated against the dollar Thursday as economic data pointed to increased prospects of a recession in Europe, while Wall Street stocks finished higher following another volatile session. U.S. stocks overcame a midday sag as Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, in the second day of testimony in Capitol Hill, downplayed the idea that government pandemic aid was the key factor fueling U.S. inflation as it continues to vow a tough response to inflation. But Carl Hill of LBBW said markets have significantly shifted rate hike expectations over the last week as the recession chatter has grown. Investors now anticipate the United States will be essentially finished with rate hikes in 2022 rather than in 2023. Now, motor industry giant Toyota is recalling 2,700 of its first mass-produced all-electric vehicles over concerns their wheels may fall off. A spokesperson said that bolts on the BZAX's wheels can loosen to the point where the wheel can detach from the vehicle after low mileage use. The recall comes less than 2 months after the car was launched in Japan. Now, Netflix has announced another round of job cuts as it grapples with slowing growth and increased competition. The streaming giant said it was cutting 300 more jobs, roughly 4% of its workforce, mostly in the US, after axing 150 people in May. The moves come after the company reported its first subscriber loss in more than a decade in April. The firm is exploring an ad-supported service and cracking down on password sharing as it tries to boost growth. While Netflix has 220 million subscribers globally and remains the clear leader in the streaming market, it has faced fierce competition in recent years with the launch of rival platforms such as Disney Plus and Amazon's Prime Video. We'll go on a commercial break at this juncture. When we return, Omobelale will bring you more updates. Stay with us.
Are you a business owner looking for the right exposure to attract massive clients to your brand? The long search is definitely over. SME Hub allows you to showcase your products and services to a wide range of viewers and buyers nationwide. For further inquiries, please call Alero on 081-323-43262, or you can send an email to alero.widere@iBrandTV.com. Grow your brand and boost your business on SME Hub, live on iBrandTV, where business comes first. Who knows that 65% of Nigerian youths are passionate about entertainment? With the finest of music celebrities putting Afrobeat and African music on the global map, it is so inspiring to watch for upcoming artists. The commitment, passion, and hard work to reach stardom is one of a kind. Recognize that, and we are willing to help you through your journey to fame and fortune. This is why we are calling on upcoming artists who are passionate about their careers to come benefit from our show, your show, Next to Blow, a show that has been happy to support and showcase talented music artists to our viewers nationwide. Do you have a music video? Are you looking for a TV promotion at no cost? Then look no further, because Next to Blow on iBrandTV gives you all that and more. For further inquiries, contact us at info@ibrandtv.com or at our head office, number 12, Panago Plaza, First World Bus Stop, Olora, off Amadi Phase 2, Oluberta, Lagos, Nigeria. Next to Blow, your next in line for fame and stardom.
You go enter market, just make you go buy fresh palm fruits. When you reach house, you go wash, you go pound, you go look at the pay you, even your fingernails go pay you. But make una no worry, make una relax. I get good news for now. Una don hear of Banga fresh palm fruit extract. All you need to do, now make you go for the up, open am. Take the amount wey you want, put am for your pot. Which soup you wan make? Shey na egusi, shey na ogbono, shey na vegetable, shey na banga. My sister no waste time again, my brother no waste time again. Just go buy Banga fresh palm fruit extract. The woman say you sabi cook and you be better cook.
Banga, make your food yummy.
Distributors needed nationwide. Phone number 081-6397-4447, 080-35-64-4436, 070-6663-8213. Banga Fresh Palm Fruit Extract.
Mama, you're coming to Lagos. Banga. Baby, Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to tell you to make banga soup for her. And she's coming to the house.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just few minutes? I have a solution for you. Really?
You tell you to do banga. No go enter my family.
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga efo riro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali banga is easy to open, no preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NADAC, manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Pali banga, natural palm fruit extracts for tasty African cuisine.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. Found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neil. I found Glenville, and now my skin finally makes sense. Most people don't understand the magic of the perfect skin, the allure of the well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Glenville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Glenville family.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery.
cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's true unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
True unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural. A product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. True unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming true unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your true unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix true unripe plantain flour with hot water in the pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in the bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, gbegiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your true unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowara Isheri Road by First Welder Bus Stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowara, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
The cosmetics and personal care industry globally generates an estimated annual turnover of around $400 billion over the last 20 years. In Nigeria, the beauty and personal care market could reach 3.2 billion euros by 2021, making Nigeria the rising star in sub-Saharan Africa. Products for hair and body care are predominant in the beauty market in sub-Saharan Africa, where face products and makeup remain marginal but have strong potential. Africa's largest economy clearly has a lot to offer. The Nigerian beauty and personal care market is currently worth more than $1.25 billion at retail and is forecast to reach more than $1.31 billion next year according to Euromonitor International. This includes a wide range of products from skincare items to makeup and beauty items. These are items that predominantly appeal to women and men alike to purchase beauty products, even though men are interested in cosmetics. Nigeria has emerged as the investment destinations of choice to international firms aiming to capture the beauty and personal care market in the continent. The photography business is a very competitive industry. Every year, thousands of talented photo lovers consider turning their passion into a money-making business venture. Especially in a fiercely competitive marketplace like Nigeria, in which it is very easy for anyone to buy a digital camera and call themselves a professional photographer. According to some practitioners, a new photographer who wants a standard studio can start with a budget of 3.5 million naira. However, one can start with a lower budget of about 500,000 to 1 million naira depending on the tools and cost of rent. On the average, the cost of photography equipment is around 294,790 naira. However, the price ranges from around 41,000 naira to as high as 2.46 million naira. Nigeria has a population of over 200 million people with a vibrant movie industry that produces 50 movies per week, generating annual revenue of approximately $590 million from between 2016 and 2021 helping the photograph industry as a whole, according to a recent research by the UN.
Are you a business owner looking for the right exposure to attract massive clients to your brand? The long search is definitely over. SMP Hub allows you to showcase your products and services to a wide range of viewers and buyers nationwide. For further inquiries, please call Alero or
Hello and welcome to News Now. I am Omobolandi Adeshui. We begin with news that President Muhammad Buhari on Thursday held a bilateral meeting with the Prime Minister of the Great Britain, where he again reiterated his resolve to respect the maximum term limit in the Nigerian Constitution. Femi Adesina, the President's Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, who confirmed this in a statement in Abuja, said the meeting was held on the margins of the 26th Commonwealth Heads of Governments meeting, CHOGM, in Kigali, Rwanda. The presidential aide said the UK Prime Minister, obviously not quite familiar with Nigeria's maximum 2 terms limit, had asked if President Buhari would run for office again. Responding to Johnson's question, the Nigerian president said he has no intention of going for another term, noting that the first person who tried it didn't end very well. On the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, not being allowed to see his lawyers privately, the president dispelled such insinuations. He said the detained separatist was being given every opportunity under the law to justify all the uncomplimentary things he had been saying against Nigeria in Britain. UK Prime Minister said he was delighted about the good news on trade between the two countries, adding that the UK was further reducing tariffs on some goods going to Nigeria. And the Supreme Court on Friday struck out a suit filed by President Muhammad Buhari and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, voiding the provisions of Section 84, subsection 12 of the Electoral Act 2022. President Buhari and Malami had filed a suit on April 29 before the Apex Court through a group of private lawyers, including Lateef Fagbemi, SAN. A 7-member bench of the Supreme Court, led by Musa Datijo Muhammad, unanimously struck out the suit, describing it as an abuse of court process. Justice Alkmaye Agim, who delivered the lead judgment, held that the President, having earlier assented to Section 84, subsection 12 of the Electoral Act 2022, cannot turn around to approach the court to strike it down. Agim rules that, quote, there is no provision in the Constitution that vests the President the power to challenge the constitutionality or desirability of a legislation after he has assented or denied his assent. In this case, the President gave his assent, end of quote. He affirmed that the request by Buhari to the National Assembly to delete the provision amounted to constitutional violation. And the Court of Appeal, Ibadan Division, has reserved judgment in the appeal filed by the federal government against the 20.5 billion naira damages awarded in favor of Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Igboho, against the Department of State Services. Igboho's counsel, Chief Yomi Aliyu SAN, told journalists after court session that the case had been adjourned for judgment. He said the court would communicate the exact date for the judgment to the parties in the suit. An Oyo State High Court, presided over by Justice Labiran Akintola, had on September 17, 2021, awarded 20 billion naira damages against the DSS for invasion of Igboho's residence at the Soka area of Ibadan on July 1, 2021. Igboho escaped death in the bloody invasion by the secret police, which led to the killing of 2 persons and destruction of his property. And the House of Representatives has called on the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing to commence reconstruction of the road network from Wanihem-Benue Border Road and Mbube East 1 and 2 to the boundaries of Obudu in Cross River State. It also mandated its Committee on Works to ensure compliance with the resolution. This was equal to the adoption of a motion moved by Honorable Jude Ogbeche Ngaji on the need to construct Yahi, Wanakum, Wanikadi, Wanihem, Benue Border Road and Mbube East 1 and 2, Cross River State and Thursday. The lawmaker noted that Cross River State has an enviable history of tourist attraction in Nigeria, yet poor rural roads have resulted in exorbitant vehicle operating costs and unquantifiable travel times. Chairman of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association, Ibadan Depot, Bukola Mutiu, has urged the federal government to checkmate the monopoly of private depot owners, which, if left unchecked, could attract a rise in the price of premium motor spirit. The petroleum dealer gave this warning in Ibadan during a chat with journalists.
They said there's no petrol. I said, why? He said they want to increase one price. To what? They didn't tell us, but I couldn't get the petrol. So we don't know the situation of this country as it were now. So assuming we know now, we'll know who to ask or who to answer that we didn't know now. But it's so intense that we can't even move out, we can't go to work. Our children cannot go to school now.
The fuel scarcity to be stopped now because we are facing a lot of problems on this scarcity. So we implore the government, the people of the government to let this scarcity to be stopped.
As of today, it's only NNPC that is importing to this country. No other source, no other person can claim that is importing a liter to this country. So if NNPC is importing and they are not increasing any price, the top management of PPMC and NNPC are not increasing any price from anywhere. But they should checkmate the private depot that they are just increasing price within themselves. And because they are doing that because of the monopoly they have on the, you cannot get it somewhere else. The price we are selling as at yesterday of 180 is because of the product we bought at 159 naira per liter without transport.
And Lagos is the second worst city to live in the world, according to an annual report from The Economist. The city is only ahead of Damascus, the capital of war-torn Syria, which retained its place as least livable city on the planet. Meanwhile, the Austrian capital, Vienna, made a comeback as the world's most livable city. The Ukrainian capital, Kyiv, was not included this year after Russia invaded the country in late February, while Russian cities, Moscow and St. Petersburg, fell in the rankings over censorship and the impact of Western sanctions. Vienna snatched the top spot from Auckland, which tumbled down to 34th place due to coronavirus pandemic restrictions, according to the report by the Economist Intelligence Unit, EIU. And Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde says his administration will continue to maintain the religious harmony and peaceful coexistence in the state, despite the religious diversity in the state. The governor, while receiving the members of Nigeria Inter-Religious Council, led by the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Alhaji Sa'ad Abubakar III, and the President, Christian Association of Nigeria, Khan, His Eminence Reverend Dr. Shupo Ayokule, at the Executive Council Chambers, Governor's Office, Secretariat Ibadan, said that Oyo State has remained peaceful despite its diversity.
There is interreligious education, the better we are, because there are some misgivings about each religion, which some bad elements amidst us capitalize upon and miseducate others, so that it will be as if these two religions, these two Abrahamic religions, are opposed to each other. This type of thing we have always reasoned against at the Nigerian Interreligious.
If you tolerate me, there's nothing you can do to me. Because you tolerate me and I can go my way, you can go your way. But if you understand me, you can come close to me and we work together. And that will be a better way to live as one big family.
Our people, they live together. They are looking for what to eat. They are looking how to make life better for themselves and their next generation. But we, the elites, we want to gain political power. And what do? We try to create division across ethnic lines. We try to create division along religious lines.
And the WHO says Nigeria is one of the countries that have reported cases of monkeypox. It says more than 3,200 cases have been confirmed in 48 countries and in 5 of its regions globally. He made the declaration at the first meeting of the WHO's Emergency Committee on Monkeypox Outbreak on Thursday. WHO's Director General Tedros Ghebreyesus said in Nigeria the proportion of women affected is much higher than elsewhere. He emphasized it's critical to better understand how the disease is spreading there. Ghebreyesus said the outbreak in newly affected countries continued to be primarily among gay men and women who reported recent sexual encounters with new offenders. He added that the cases in Africa were primarily in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, but also in the Central African Republic and Cameroon. And the Nigerian military says it has neutralized 6 terrorists across its various theaters of operation. Authorities of the military also say troops arrested collaborators of the insurgents, a notorious gun runner and a Boko Haram logistics supplier. In a statement by its spokesperson, Major General Bernard Onyoko, the defense headquarters explained that troops of Operation Hadari Daji responded to distress calls of terrorist activities in Rafin Dankura in Bakura local government area of Zamfara state, in which they abducted some civilians. General Onyoko said troops engaged in shootout with the terrorists, and in the process troops rescued 6 of the kidnapped victims and neutralized 2 of the terrorists. And on the Africa scene, Rwanda President Paul Kagame and biotech CEO Ugur Sahin launched on Thursday the construction of a messenger RNA vaccine factory in Kigali. It is Africa's first of 3 planned projects on the continent and aims to produce treatments against COVID-19 and other diseases by early 2024. Biotech is researching and developing vaccines and medicines to prevent malaria, tuberculosis, and HIV. Paul Kagame called the project groundbreaking and said his country worked to attract biopharmaceutical researchers in the manufacturing sector. Production will continue vaccines against COVID, but also pioneering treatments currently in development against malaria, tuberculosis, and HIV, diseases that are ravaging Africa. And Tunisian judges have been on strike for 3 weeks. They are protesting against President Kais Said's decision to sack 57 judges on corruption grounds and claim the leader's move is an additional example of his power grab. Vice President of the Association of Tunisian Magistrates says Tunisian judges are gathering in all the courts of the Republic, including the administrative and financial courts, and an open strike is taking place in all of the judicial facilities. According to her, some of the dismissed judges have begun a hunger strike. Kais Said summoned the Minister of Justice at the beginning of the month of June to ask for the suspension of the salaries of striking judges. And on the foreign scene, Boris Johnson's Conservatives lost 2 parliamentary seats on Friday, a crushing blow to the governing party that prompted the resignation of its chairman and intensified doubts about the future of Britain's Prime Minister. In Rwanda, for a meeting of Commonwealth nations, Johnson was defiant, pledging to listen to voters' concern and do more to tackle a cost of living crisis after what he described as tough results in the 2 so-called by-elections. The losses, one in the Conservatives' traditional southern heartlands and in a northern English industrial seat, one from Labour in the last election, suggest the broad appeal Johnson presented to win the 2019 election may be fracturing. And Afghanistan lacks the medical supplies to treat those injured in an earthquake that killed 1,000 people this week. A senior official said as an aftershock on Friday killed 5 more. Authorities earlier ended a search in remote southeastern mountains for survivors of the 6.1 magnitude earthquake that struck early on Wednesday near the Pakistani border about 160 kilometers southeast of Kabul, the capital. Friday's aftershock in almost exactly the same place was of magnitude 4.3, the U.S. Geological Survey said. A spokesperson for the disaster ministry said about 2,000 people were injured and 10,000 homes partially or entirely destroyed in Wednesday's earthquake. Our media souls continue to rest in peace. On that note, we'll wrap up news now. Up next is entertainment news.
Crystal Palace have confirmed a long-term partnership with Macron that sees the Italian sportswear brand become the English top-flight football club's kit supplier. Macron was previously the South London's outfit's technical partner from 2014 to 2018 and returns to replace Puma after the German sportswear brand's £4 million per year deal expired at the end of last season. The Italian brand will supply all team matchday kits as well as a wide range of training wear, travel garments and accessories from the forthcoming season onwards. Crystal Palace now have filled all their shirt inventory, with Cinch being the main shirt sponsor and Mukuru the sleeve sponsor. Still in the world of football, Major League Soccer outfit Toronto Football Club have signed a 10-year extension of their foundational partnership with the Bank of Montreal Financial Group. The renewal will see BMO remain the franchise's main shirt sponsor for the duration of the contract and retain naming rights to Toronto's 30,000 capacity home. The contract was last extended in 2016 and was reportedly worth $4 million a year. On June 16th, BMO Field was named as one of the host venues for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which will be played across Canada, the United States and Mexico. The new agreement has also seen the financial group and Toronto commit to continuing their support of grassroots initiatives. BMO will remain as the presenting partner of Kickstart, an MLSE Foundation-led program which introduces young people to football, with that expanded to girls for the first time under the new partnership. And finally, on sports business, the organizers of the Paris 2024 Olympic and Paralympic Games have signed a premium partnership with supermarket chain Carrefour Group. The agreement will see Carrefour serve as food provider for the athlete villages during the Games, offering regional French produce and promoting sustainable eating. The partnership also contains elements designed to raise awareness of disability, nutrition, and health. In addition, Carrefour will launch exclusive collections of licensed Paris 2024 products, including clothing, stationery, and back-to-school items. Premium tier partnerships for Paris 2024 have reportedly been fetching between €100 million and €150 million. Telecommunications giant Orange, for example, is said to be paying €144 million for its deal. However, specialist publication France Jean says Carrefour's deal will not reach the €100 million sum due to shortened window to the event and the value in kind from the supply element of the deal. And that's it on sports business.
The photography business is a very competitive industry. Every year, thousands of talented photo lovers consider turning their passion into a money-making business venture. Especially in a fiercely competitive marketplace like Nigeria, in which it is very easy for anyone to buy a digital camera and call themselves a professional photographer. According to some practitioners, a new photographer who wants a standard studio can start with a budget of 3.5 million naira. However, one can start with a lower budget of about 500,000 to 1 million naira depending on the tools and cost of rent. On the average, the cost of photography equipment is around 294,790 naira. However, the price ranges from around 41,000 naira to as high as 2.46 million naira. Nigeria has a population of over 200 million people with a vibrant movie industry that produces 50 movies per week, generating annual revenue of approximately $590 million from between 2016 and 2021, helping the photography industry as a whole, according to a recent research by the UN.
Are you a business owner looking for the right exposure to attract massive clients to your brand?
And that's Business Now from iBrandTV Lagos. Thanks very much for watching, and just wishing you a wonderful weekend. I'm Micronath.
Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to tell you to make banga soup for her. And she's close to the house. Oh.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just few minutes? I have a solution for you.
Really?
You sabi to do banga. No go enter my family.
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga eforiro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali banga is easy to open, no preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NAFDAC, manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Pali banga, natural palm fruit extracts for tasty African cuisine.
Most people don't understand the magic of the perfect skin, the allure of the well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Glenview Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Glenview family.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's through unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming true unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your true unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix true unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in the bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, gbegiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your true unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olora Isheri Road by First World bus stop off Omole Phase 2, Olora, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. Found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neil. I found Levy, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Mama, you're coming to Lagos. Banga. Baby, Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to make banga soup for her. And she's going to the house.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just a few minutes? I have a solution for you.
Really?
Banga. No go enter my family.
Hey,
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga efforiro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali banga is easy to open, no preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NAFDAC, manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarket nationwide.
Pali banga, natural palm fruit extract for tasty African cuisine.
Most people don't understand the magic of the peppered skin, the allure of the well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blenville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blenville family.
Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Oh boy, winning was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's true unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
True unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. True unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming true unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your true unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix true unripe plantain flour with hot water in the pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in the bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your true unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowara Sherry Road by First Welder Bus Stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowara, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neil. I found Glenville, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Mama, you're coming to Lagos. Banga. Baby, Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to tell you to make banga soup for her. And she's coming to the house. Oh.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just few minutes? I have a solution for you.
Really? You sabi to do banga. No go enter my family.
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga eforiro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali banga is easy to open, no preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NAFDAC, manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Pali banga, natural palm fruit extract for tasty African cuisine.
Most people don't understand the magic of the perfect skin, the allure of the well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Glenville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Glenville family.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Professional dry cleaners. Best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Oh boy, winning was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's true unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming true unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your true unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix true unripe plantain flour with hot water in the pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in the bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your true unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olorara Sherry Road by First Welder Bus Stop off Omole Phase 2, Olorara, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. I found Glenville, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Mama, you're coming to Lagos. Banga. Baby, Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to tell you to make banga soup for her. And she's coming to the house.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just few minutes? I have a solution for you.
Really? You sabi cook the banga. No go enter my family.
Hey,
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga efforiro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali banga is easy to open, no preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NAFDAC. Manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Pali banga, natural palm fruit extract for tasty African cuisine.
Most people don't understand the magic of the perfect skin, the allure of the well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blenview Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blenview family.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, for clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Oh boy, winning was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's true unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
True unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural. A product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. True unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming true unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your true unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix true unripe plantain flour with hot water in the pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in the bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your true unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowara Sherry Road by First Railway bus stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowara, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neil. I found Glenville, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Mama, you're coming to Lagos. Banga. Baby, Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to tell you to make banga soup for her. And she's coming to the house. Oh.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just few minutes? I have a solution for you.
Really? You sabi cook the banga. No go enter my family.
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga efforiro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali banga is easy to open, no preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NAFDAC, manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Pali banga, natural palm fruit extract for tasty African cuisine.
Most people don't understand the magic of the perfect skin, the allure of the well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Glenville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Glenville family.
Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's through unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming true unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your true unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix true unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your true unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder bus stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neil. I found Blemiville, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Mama, you're coming to Lagos. Banga. Baby, Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to tell you to make banga soup for her. And she's close to the house. Oh.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just few minutes? I have a solution for you.
Really? This a bit of the banga. No go enter my family.
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga efo riro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali Banga is easy to open, no preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NAFDAC. Manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Pali Banga, natural palm fruit extracts for tasty African cuisine.
Most people don't understand the magic of the perfect skin, the allure of the well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Glenview Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Glenview family.
Welcome to Analyst Hangout. I am Perpetua Fasoni Peter. Well, joining me today are Amber Samodian, Chief Research Officer, Investigator Consulting. He's right here with me. Good to have you with me.
Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely. And virtually we'll be joined by Olumuyiwa Adeyemi, MD Atlas Portfolios Limited. And right now we have with us Rotimi Olubi, MD ARM Securities Limited. Hello, Rotimi. Good to have you with us today.
Thank you very much for inviting me to the show.
Thanks for joining us. Anyway, let's start with the review of activities for this week. I'd like to start with you. So tell us, what has it been? I remember we had a conversation, was it on Wednesday, when I talked about the fact that it's becoming bullish and you said, no, we shouldn't celebrate. We shouldn't celebrate. So what should we do now?
No, it's good that the market maintained an uptrend for straight 4 days, and I'm happy for that. We almost tested the 1,800 today, but let's hope for next week, Monday, being the last trading week for the month, or closer to the end of the month. The market sustained this green position we are seeing for the last month. It's a good one. But if you look at the market performance, for me, it's a welcome development. After market have lost last week, coming back this week, tells that our market is becoming stronger. But the good thing is that also investors should not be carried away with the upside market. I always say it, because when you see this kind of rebound, you want to see what are the factors behind the rebound. I would say good one, we are seeing that bargain hunters are taking advantage of the pullback. But at the end of the day, don't be carried away because market is going up. Always set your profit targets, use your stop loss at all times so that at the end of the day, you'll be at the winning side of the market.
All right, I remember you were saying something about that. I'm not sure if you already talked about the sustainability of what's happening now. Will it be sustained or should we?
I said my target that was across the 51,800 this week, but it didn't test. It don't tested it, it didn't cross. Next week, if you cross the say yes, the bull is back to the market, because if you look at other momentum indicators like your what we call ADS, and also looking at the money flow, they are looking up together with the price performance or index action, tells you that the market is also coming back powerfully. But until cross that 51,800 to touch 52,000 mark, when I say a new rally has come after market have touched 54,012, pulling back to almost 50,000 again. Before you can see within that trade almost 4,000 points between 54 and 50. Now coming back again to around this point, it's a good move, but let's see what next week will have. But I'm happy that the market closed positive for the week. That gives a lot of investors confidence that yes, our market is not following the trend of the international market. Because when the market was losing last week, people were calling me, our market back to what is happening in other markets. I said no, know that our market is different from other markets. And also when oil price is going up, our market is bound to go up. But for this week, so that oil price was also pulling back. That's why I said sustainability of our market was shaking at the beginning when we saw the first day market was in green, because oil price is strong between 109 and 118. For me, that is the point we're looking at. But as far as oil price above $100, it's a good thing for our market, because our market and our country, because if that means that at the end of the day, since our benchmark for 2022 budget is around the 75% for the benchmark for oil, at 100 we're already in surplus. That's why that at the end of the day, CBN should not give us story. Let's manage the economy well. That is why the World Bank said our economy will grow by 3.4 in 2022, because they know that as oil producing economy, we're having more money. Well, our problem is that we are producing to meet OPEC. If we're able to produce and meet it, we are good to go.
All right, we have Rotimi with us. Rotimi, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, we'd like to take your thoughts on what's happening in the market.
I was surprised when I heard Ambrose saying that our market has been going up and then our market is bullish. Andrew and I have been colleagues in the capital market for a while. We have similar view of the market, but today it's a very different thing.
No, I didn't say that it's bullish. Hold on. I didn't say that market is bullish. I said market is on the green until it cross 51,800 before I will say market is bullish. I didn't say it's bullish. You didn't hear me very well. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So what we are saying is a totally different market that we have.
Yeah.
A market that the indicator does not reflect the true value of investors. So you see the index going up, and then the investors' portfolios are losing value. So if you look at the way the index is structured, it doesn't truly reflect the true basket of the entire equity listed on the floor.
I agree with you. That's why the sectoral indicators are very good to also look at. Go ahead. Yeah.
Please go ahead. We can hear you.
Feel free. Go ahead. I hear you.
Okay, I guess we probably lost connection with you. Yes, we're talking about the sectoral indicators. Now, let's look at the sectors. What sectors should we be looking at now?
Those that, like Rotimi just said, yes, I said market is rebounding now until you look at the 51,800. If you look at other sectors, you can see that the banking sector have been a mixed trend up and down. But seeing those dividend paying bank stocks, they're likely to sustain some stability. If you look at the price of Zenith Bank trying to resist going down below 21 naira, GTB around that price, but Access Bank being stable around the 9 naira 50 kobo and above. For me, it's a good one. Only UB, I'll say yes, is below 8 naira and around the 7 naira 54 kobo. I see that next week that we're into the last trading week of the month and also the end of the quarter, we'll see that total position for this dividend in the month of July and August. Knowing that this banking result will come in the second week of August, but only MTN and others I expect that will come within the month of July. But for the banking sector, they need to also send their report to the regulator to approve before they can announce their trade dividend. But for a company like Nigeria Brewery, something like MTN, it will come in the month of July.
All right. Rotimi, we would like to have your thoughts now. We lost connection with you earlier. Rotimi, if you're there. Okay, I guess we lost connection with him. Well, that's a very good one. Now, I would like to know how are players, reacting to the macroeconomic data and then the forecast of results being released?
Yeah, I would say the forecast so far released by quoted companies, most of them are missed. Why good are also some are also looking up. What Presco released 2 days ago. We saw that of Etana Oil also, now some insurance company not forecast for 2022 Q3 numbers. It's okay, but let's see the actual performance for Q2 Fed before can come. But the Q3 numbers are okay. Also, if you look at the economic data from the last inflation figure that was released about 17.71. Also, for me, it's a threat to the market and the economy. But for those that know how to invest wisely, know that there are some sectors and individual stock that will give you return above what inflation is doing now. You ask me how. Because if you look at the dividend yield of most of the companies, I think the highest should be around 14 or 15%, which is also below the inflation. But if you look at that, the dividend yield and plus a capital appreciation between now and end of the year, we think that at the end of the day, we should have above inflation figure, and that is how to hedge against inflation. And those sectors also, the companies that are operating are able to pass the high cost of operation by increasing their price to shareholders. If that's also done successfully, the post-positive number, that also reflects on the price, because price feed on what? On earnings.
All right. Well, very quickly, let's move on to Owando now. We have this that on Wednesday, June 22, Owando finally released its long-anticipated full year-end 2019 and 2020 financial statements. Now, you recall that the 3-year delay in the release of the company's results was as a result of Securities and Exchange Commission that set suspension of Owando's 2018 AGM following a dispute with an indirect shareholder, Ansbury Investment Incorporated. The suspension of the company's 2018 AGM and attendant issues prevented shareholders from being kept abreast of business operations, a move Owando and her executives described as not being in the best interest of the market. I guess Rotimi is with me now. I'd like to know, how are investors reacting to this particular news, seeing that the actions of both SEC and the indirect shareholder contributed largely to eroding, the stock value significantly from its listing price of an average of 9 naira per share in 2017 to about 3 naira and about 5 naira 7 kobo per share in 2022. Rotimi, can you hear me? Okay, I think I'd like you to.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, Owando. Owando is one of those stocks that is a nightmare for investors in the capital market.
Yeah.
Okay.
We recall that Owando at some point got to an all-time high of I think about 200 naira. So try to imagine investor that is holding Owando in his portfolio at over 100 or to over 200. Try to imagine the loss level. So that's to what level of loss of investor confidence that we have in the capital market. Owando is one of those companies that promise so much in terms of expectation, outlook for the future, and it's now more of a nightmare. I think at some point, as part of their strategy, they were trying to grow via acquisition to become maybe the largest oil producing company at some point. And then so they were busy acquiring different assets and all that. So I think this one major move that they made that spoiled the whole plan was the acquisition of ConocoPhillips.
Yeah.
And I think apparently that particular acquisition led them to a lot of debt, and they've not been able to come out of it. That was a bad purchase for them. And since then, we've seen their share price decline significantly. They had lots of litigation, lots of issues, and then continuous decline in terms of valuation and all that. So I'm not surprised to see a result like this. And all that. I will look at it now. So investors that's why the problem with equity is called ordinary shares. Because it can become ordinary when value is eroded. It's almost tending toward that level. I know that going forward for investors, you want to leverage on the competencies of good analysts within the market to help you make better decisions. Even though if you had made wrong decisions, you can always reallocate your investment or your portfolio into value. You should be buying value rather than noise. And I think Owando will be a case study for a lot of investors. It's not all that glitter that is gold.
Okay, I think I will end it there. Now, I'd like you to comment on the 14 shareholders representing the minority shareholders that are asking for buyouts. What's your take on that?
Actually, just like what Ruby just said, that instead of buying noise, go for value. It's like Owando is one of the noise in the market for years, and investors are really gotten their finger burnt, investing in Owando. And if you look at what it's just playing at now, it tells you how transparent this company, how transparent this company is called Owando. And many investors for the past 2 years have been speculating on these stocks. Go in, go out. When it was suspended, it was flat. But when it was lifted by SEC, we saw little rally, people made money. Since then, we've been speculating that because oil price has rebounded, let's what will come when it bought. This Owando continued to surprise investors with this kind of result that came. There we're just seeing about 132.7 billion loss for 2022. If you look at what the auditors recommended in that account, that they should go and look for fresh fund to put in the company, because about 430 billion loss was accumulated, and for me it's not a good thing for Owando. And to cram it up, in the process of releasing this abysmal result, they just came to tell us that minority shareholders are demanding for the listing. And I'll tell you, since I joined this market, I think I joined the equity market, that 2000, when I started in Lagos State in 2001, I joined the market. I think the first time hearing that minority shareholder is demanding that you should buy it and release. No, when I read that, I'm trying to interpret it now. But let's wait and see. But I don't know. It's another way of wanting to say yes, they are going to step out on the exchange. They want to delete. Let them come out, openly and say they want to delete. Not time to the.
Well, the thing is, it's the minority shareholders that are asking for buyouts, and then the court has ordered them to have a meeting where.
Wait, I'm coming now. Before the minority shareholder will ask for buyout, the first place, if you have issue with a whole company, the first place to go is to go to SEC and report. From SEC, you go to tribunal, investment tribunal. Before the court will be the last phase for you. But now we're hearing that they went to court. 14 shareholders, minority went to court to demand for buyout and other stuff, and court have granted it, saying that
they should have a meeting and at the end of the day, when they have the reporter, agree.
If they vote for it, but the one thing, would they vote? I know that most investors will vote because they are tired of up and down toast in one do. But at the same time, also let's look at
wrapping up.
Okay. At the same time, let's look at what is happening in one do. I would just say that because in a real sense, when you have about 42 shareholders asking about 68 shareholders to buy out and delist us, for me there is something behind that we are yet to understand. I think Owando and those shareholders should come out and inform, because they are not only 14 of them. 14 of them didn't represent.
Well, you're looking at the 14. They say that this 14 actually, when it comes to the share, the shares, they hold a large amount. I guess that's why we have that happening there. About 14 of them, they hold a large amount of the shares, and I guess that's why they have that particular power.
If that is what we still want to hear, but I think they have given a SEC and the NGS about 30 days to come with a scheme to buy out the minority. Let's see. We are still waiting to know. But my advice for investors in that position is that it's better you cut your loss now in that kind of position and see. But if those are saying that they want to buy out, it might move the price up. Fine, but I guess Owando buying out and put the price up, and if they want to buy, it's not going to buy on the floor. They want to make a scheme that buy out the minority. For me, that means looking at the floor for you to say you are buying Owando at this time, I think you are doing the worst mistake in your investment decision. But Owando has become a carcass to me. For me, investors should look away for that stock now. Enough of speculation in Owando. Let's buy real value. Look at that sector as value and position that. We know that yes, like I tell one of my colleagues that among the oil sector that is booming now, we know the risk stocks in oil sector. We know the noise.
I was looking for that figure where we're told that 14 shareholders are holding a total of 299,257,869 shares. I think that's a lot.
No, for me, with what is the sharing issue? The sharing issue is more than more than a billion shares. If you have what you have in it, for me, it's okay. It's a good one, but that is not enough for that to teach for others. Okay. That's why they have to wait for votes. The court knows why they say let them vote. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, and moving on, Wema Bank closed trading day Monday, June 20, 2022 at 3 naira 17 kobo per share on the NGX. It began the year with a share price of 72 kobo and has since gained 340% on that price valuation, ranking it first on the NGX banking and second on the NGX equity market. Now, Wema Bank is the 38th most valuable stock on the NGX with a market capitalization of 40.8 billion naira, which is about 0.149% of the NGX equity market. Now, the question for me right now is 340% rise in 6 months. What are your thoughts?
No, when investors hear such a a tremendous return on investment, you'll be thinking that is it really. I will tell you that this is just a share reconstruction that imparted on that price. It's not that the company has performed to give investors such value. And when share is recorded, you're always going to lose some of your shares, either 1 for 4 or 1 for 5, depending what. I think for Wema Bank was 1 for 4. They have reduced your holding drastically. Then at the price selling, like some of them are still not seeing their losses. Thus, it's a figure that analysts or people like you didn't factor in what happened. I telling you the price moved from 80 kobo to this. No, that is not it, because there was share reconstruction. For me, I think that one should be aside.
Well, it's just your thoughts on the
No, because it's not value really that have transformed to profit for investors, because to share the construction that happened, the price will jump to 3 naira or 340 around there. It's not that the company performance have moved the price from where we were before to this level. For me, I don't see it as a return. I don't see it as share reconstruction price. You want to see the real value when the company starts performing and it support the price, the new price, because most companies in Nigeria, after share construction, most of the investors are in a deeper loss because their performance will drop. Only few of them, like Stanbic IBTC, I would say it's among the first company in Nigeria here that this share construction today is selling above the constructed price. Every other ones are selling below their constructed price, which is very poor.
All right. Rotimi, let's have your thoughts on this one. Rotimi, can you hear me? I guess we lost connection with him right there. Anyway, I guess we've taken your thoughts on that, and of course that's quite instructive for investors, and then we know what to do moving forward. Well, we take a break now, and when we return our attention to results of select companies. Stay with us and don't go away.
Photography business is a very competitive industry. Every year, thousands of talented photo lovers consider turning their passion into a money-making business venture. Especially in a fiercely competitive marketplace like Nigeria, in which it is very easy for anyone to buy a digital camera and call themselves a professional photographer. According to some practitioners, a new photographer who wants a standard studio can start with a budget of 3.5 million naira. However, one can start with a lower budget of about 500,000 to 1 million naira depending on the tools and cost of rent. On the average, the cost of photography equipment is around
Welcome back, and we now turn our attention to results of select companies. They are Academic Press, University Press, Learn Africa, and Red Star Express. Now, these are the stocks we'll be looking at their results. For Academic Press, we'll have it up there now. All right, so for Academic Press, we're looking at the Q3 2021 result. For revenue, they had 1.27 billion naira in 2020. That's what they generated in 2020. And in 2021 third quarter, they generated 2.75 billion naira. What we see there is a 118% change. And then for profit after tax in 2020 third quarter, they had a negative minus 179.55 million naira. And then we see that in 2021, there is an uptick, 138.99 million naira. That's in the positive. And then the percentage change there is 117%. For EPS, that's earnings per share, we have 30 minus 30 kobo. That was in 2020. And in 2021, we saw 23 kobo. For the profit margin, it was also in the negative in 2020, 14.09%. And then in 2021, we see 5.09%. Now, looking at this, you will see that there is a commendable increase in revenue from 1.27 billion naira recorded in Q3 2020 to 2.75 billion naira recorded in the corresponding period of 2021. My question is, how exactly were they able to achieve this?
No, actually, if it comes to the printing business in Nigeria, they have their uptick time, especially when it comes to that September. That is because that time period, schools always resume and they have to buy ahead for the new new academic year for the schools. For me, I think that is one part of what impacted on the result of academic press. And also, like what we were discussing on Wando, investors in Nigeria market should start rethinking of how to invest. When a child perform at the end of the day, it comes with results. But when a child have done poorly, when the dad is at the gate, he want to enter the toilet and run away. But when he has done better, once he hear the horn, he'll be at the gate to perform and say, "Daddy, this is my result." Yeah. When you see company like academic press, we're already expecting to see their unaudited account, the audited account for now before the end of the month. We have not seen unaudited for for financial year ended March 31st, 2022. We are just seeing this one. For me, that is why I encourage investors that when a company is not regular in releasing their number, as at when due, you have to be very cautious and minded, because that is what Wado has done to investors in the market. They keep on keeping their result back. You don't know what is happening, and your investment that you want to assess where you put your money, how the company has fared for that
but
period.
you're talking about Wando,
But it's not because they are suspended. No.
Okay,
Wando,
I was going to say that.
No. For that, seeing this one for academic press, for me, fine, it's good, but you can see the way the market is treating the stock now, because they've nothing to guide them, because others have released on the account to know the state of the company as at full year ended the 31st March 2022. But now I've not seen the result. But with the third quarter we have seen, we would have seen it look like if we have seen the unaudited account to give an insight. Because market have not seen it, this is almost going to the end of the expected period to release it. The way they're treating is dropping every day. Now it's around 1 naira 17 kobo, which has started after almost 2 naira 50 kobo. That means in any market, result is very important. Let the investor know how you are performing.
Because decisions are actually made based on these things. Nobody, invests blindly.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, Rotimi, while it is commendable that, they moved from a negative position, to profit after tax of 138.99 million in 2021, we can see that, there is a low profit margin, which is 5.09%. What's your thought? Rotimi, can you hear me? Rotimi, please go ahead if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Go ahead.
So there's significant improvement in the performance of academic press. We can point to, 2020 was COVID. COVID was heightened.
Exactly, yeah.
And then so there was lockdown. Most people were at home. So nobody was buying books. So we noticed that towards the later part of 2020, there was the ease of the lockdown. Then 2021, economic rebound, and all that. So that's why we can see that significant improvements. So 2021 is a reflection of what the business really is. So 2020 was just just one of those years that the business can actually have its own downtime. And I expect to see a continuation in this kind of performance from academic press. And all that. So I think it's a good result. We can see the impact in terms of the share price, how investors had responded to the shares of academic press. I think that's a commendable performance compared to 2020. And then going forward, we might likely continue to see that. I think university press also did something similar in terms of performance. So we can also tie it to what happened in 2020. Most businesses had improvement in 2021. Yeah. So by the time you compare it, looking at the base, you discover that it's a significant move.
All right, I think we should move on to University Press now. For University Press, we're looking at the unaudited report, of course, and that's for Q4 2022, fourth quarter 2022. So we have the revenue generated. The picture will be up now, so we can have the breakdown of the earning for University Press. And so for revenue, we had...
that's good.
Okay, hello. Mr. Kufa, can you hear me?
I like that because we're not hearing him.
Yeah, we can hear him.
Well, but I could hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now. Welcome. Good to have you. Yeah, good to have you with us. All right, now we are being joined by Alhaji Kasim Garuba Kurfi. Thank you so much for joining us, the MDAPT. Thank you so much. Okay, so we've talked about academic press, and now we're looking at university press. But just before we move on to university press, we'd like to have your thought on what's happening with academic press. For me, well, they did very well. Looking at the results in comparison to what happened in 2022, which of course a lot of us know that 2022 was that year when there was lockdown as a result of COVID-19 and all of that. But then I'm looking at the fact that the profit margin is just about a little above 5%. Is that sustainable? Is that a good one?
Yes, you know, if you are looking at reviewing the published companies, you don't assess them by the quarterly basis because the most viable quarter for them is the third quarter. When the school resumes, you get new sessions, new exercise. So the volume they recorded in the third quarter outweighed all the other 3 quarters. So the best way to assess publication company is third quarter out there.
Yeah.
They are seasonal company. Their performance work with the season. So by the time we enter into July, August, the session has finished, we are going into new session, new textbooks, new exercise, and therefore you see the demand and the volume traded during that time outweigh every other. So we assess them by margin of that third quarter.
All right, that's interesting. Very quickly, looking at university press, we're looking at the fourth quarter 2022 audited report. We'll have that displayed on the screen now. So for university press, in 2021, the revenue generated was 1.42 billion naira, and then in 2022, it was 2.31 billion naira. The percentage change being 62.41%, and then for profits after tax, it was 57.11 million naira in 2021, and in 2022 200.24 million naira. I mean, that's 250.64% change. For earning per share, it was 13 kobo. That was in 2021 Q4, and then in 2022 Q4, 46 kobo, and then for profit margin 4.22% in 2021, and in 2022 8.68%. Looking at this particular result now, I am looking at the increase in revenue. That's one, and then I'm also looking at the 250.64% increase in profit after tax. Now, this is a lot. What exactly did they do differently to achieve this? Rotimi, please, I'd like you to get on that one. Rotimi, can you hear me? Okay, Mr. Kurfi, can you hear me? Okay. I guess we'll have to.
No, actually, I've said it earlier that just what Alhaji just repeated when he came on board, that these sectors, you know, when schools are coming back on board, that is where they make a lot of their sales, and it's like it's for the future. That quarter really support them for the whole financial year, knowing that March is their end of financial year. You know, Q3 is always within their financial year, and that is the period they see good performance, because at that time, schools, private school, public school, are buying school textbooks and all for the rest of the session at that time, and this school will pay ahead of it because that is the period for that. We'll see all this kind of performance. But for me, academic press have not done badly for the past 5 years. They've been performing excellently. Seeing this result, I'm not surprised that the market has not reacted to it much because it has not crossed, you know, this 3 naira mark. Before, the price was as low as almost 1 naira 80 kobo. It moved to as high as 2 naira 96 kobo. You know, I was little within that price. With this performance, let's see what they're going to pay at the end of the year, because this is an unaudited account for 2022 financial year. If a good dividend comes with 40 kobo, for me, look at 40 kobo as their final earnings for the year. I don't expect anything more than 20 kobo from that, and that might also put the price much. But let's see how it goes, because if you look at the performance of those you know, printing companies, you know, I can see that the results are not looking badly. Look at what Learn Africa has done. Look at this university press and the academic press, and you can see that they are not doing badly. Only that their price is here to reflect their performance.
Okay, the price is yet to reflect the performance. That's a very good one, and it's quite instructive. We'll take a break now, and when we return, we'll continue the conversation. We'll still have Learn Africa and Red Star Express to talk about. Stay with us.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. Found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neil. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Glad to stay with us, and kicking off with Learn Africa. I will have the result displayed on the screen for us. This is their fourth quarter 2022 result. We're looking at it against fourth quarter 2021. So for revenue generated, 2.39 billion naira in 2021. In 2022, 3.70 billion naira, and then the percentage change is 54.73. For profit after tax on Q4 2021 was 161.08 million naira, and then in 2022 456.12 million naira. Now this is 118.16% change. Looking at the earning per share, 26 kobo in 2021, and in 2022 59 kobo. Looking at the profit margin, 6.69% in 2021 and 12.33% in Q4 2022. Now, it's good to see many of the companies grow their top line in the review period. That's something we can't take away from there. But then, is there any peculiar reason for this? Maybe they're all just recovering from the pandemic, or what happened? Why is it that all of them seem to be recovering and the top line is quite good? Mr. Kofi, please, I'd like you to get on that one. Alhaji. All right, okay. Rotim, if you can hear me, please, I would like you to talk to us about that.
Okay, so apparently I actually not seen those other results, but I could almost presume that that will be the trend for the publishing sector.
Okay.
Okay, that's okay.
That sector also they're able to pass on costs
to consumers.
They're able to pass on costs to consumers of the product. Yes, no. So try to buy books. I try buying any book in recent time. You'll notice that you'll be paying a little more because the printing items, the prices have also gone up by virtue of most of these printing items are.
Okay, I guess that's a connection. Okay, please go ahead. Go ahead. All right, let's have your thoughts on that.
Just like you just said, in that industry, you know that when it comes to education, parents don't joke with it, even it's
does.
And when even though you are not taking care in terms of normal eating 3 square meals, when you come to schools, you need to pay for the books for your child. For that, I just said if they have pushed the cost to consumer because it has to do with education, parents will go out of their way to buy that good. That is why you can see improvement in their numbers. For me, it's a good one for the company, but I said earlier, this performance, we're yet to sit on their prices. Like the price of Learn Africa touched as high as 280, coming down. But you can see from the sector now, pay for the company leading in terms of performance. I just said, if the bottom line cost of any per share, because from the then Africa 56 Kubo any per share, their way to buy selling below 3 naira for me is a good one. If at the end of the day, they afford to pay 25 Kubo to 30 Kubo from that would be a good one to move the price to around the 3 naira. For me, let investors that are really looking at low cap stores or not to position, this is a good one because any moment from now, between now and 30th of June, all these results should read their audited account. We are just seeing unaudited, but they have between now and 30th of this month to release the audited. If it comes and their payout is okay, encouraging, the price will rally. That is why, as a good investor, you don't need to see the audited. Now you have seen the unaudited, you have seen the earnings. Then you can look at the company policy, what is their payout before now for 5 years or for 3 years, if you want to compare and see what is likely to come out from their earning per share of 56 Kobo. That will guide you to know whether you should take position now before the result finally hit the market. Because I said, even investments against the future. When I say future against tomorrow, I mean you need to position now before the result finally hit the market.
All right, thank you for your thoughts on that one. Now, do we have Mr. Kurfi? Can you hear me now? Okay, Rotimi, I guess you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
All right, now Len Africa,
can you hear me?
Yes. Len Africa actually has the best bottom line, and that is looking at some of the indices that we have just talked about. Looking at the profit after tax, it grew by 183.16%, while the profit margin grew from 6.69% in Q4 2021 to 12.33% in Q4 2022. Talk to us about this, how they're able to achieve this. That's like the best result we've seen so far, looking at the profit margin.
So it's a function of how Ambrose has spoken about it. You know, when it comes to education, there's nothing you can do about it. Your children must read a book.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, now looking at Red Star Express, now we'll be looking at Red Star Express. I wanted to know what Len Africa was doing different, what it was doing differently from every other company we've talked about today.
Actually, in every sector, there will always be a leader. But in terms of number, now, consider they are the one leading. But in terms of price, University Press is the one leading in terms of price. But in terms of numbers, performance, consider Len Africa. That is why I say every investment again in the future, sales market is here to appreciate this. It's the time for designer investor to look at among this company, where should I put my money? When market start appreciating this performance, to take the price up.
Absolutely. Now let's look at Red Star Express. For Red Star Express, we're looking at the fourth quarter 2022 unaudited report. Let's have it displayed right now on the screen, so we'll look at that together. For revenue generated in 2021, we had 9.46 billion naira, and in 2022 we saw 12.66 billion naira. That's a percentage change of 33.90. And then for profit after tax, 184.15 million naira in 2021, and in 2022, 265.70 million naira. That's 44.29% change. Looking at the earning per share, we have 20 kobo in 2021 and 28 kobo in 2022. The profit margin 2021 was 1.90%, and in 2022 it was 2.10%. Now this company for me has a very slim bottom line, quite frankly. Talk to us about it. Why is it so slim?
Actually, I think if you look at what is happening, the trend of things in the world globally, not only in Nigeria, the Korea business are the ones selling, and this company has, the last 2 years they did what we call a private placement. It was called right issue to raise funds to kind of invest in other equipment that will help them for kind of moving perishable goods, investing in those kind of buses or long transport that can move perishable goods from far distance. Either we are moving from north to the south, no matter how long it's on the road, because they are using a good facility, good vehicle. But we have not seen this reflecting on their bottom line as we speak now. Like you just said, the result is the numbers are very slim or team, as we just refer to it. But I believe that going to the future, we should expect that these days people are not going to the market to buy, even doing orders on the from their from their home, giving them your address, they deliver at your doorstep. This should also impact on Korea business, and this is what they are doing in Nigeria. For me, we expect them to post a better number because the COVID-19 has changed the whole system that people order things from your house and they deliver on their doorstep. For me, I've not seen much on this company. Let's look to the future. But they did a good investment after their last private placement to acquire more machine, acquire more vehicle that will help them to kind of provide storage for the goods of their clients and also. But these have not reflected on their numbers. We believe that in the future to come. But the price is still oscillating, and the performance for the past 3 years has not been stable, up and down. That is why the price has also moved above 3 naira. This is what I've seen around 5 naira, 4.50 before, but these days have not crossed 3 naira, 3.10, 3. For me, I think they will need a more better performance so that the market can appreciate the company and the price. I tell you, when a company performs poorly, market will treat you that way. When you also do well, market will appreciate you.
Absolutely. We'll come back to there's this thing I would really like you to talk about, for investors. But before then, we have Mr. Kasim Garuba Kofi with us. Can you hear me now? Alaji, can you hear me?
It's like Alaji network today is very, very poor.
Okay.
Rotimi,
can you hear me? Rotimi, can you hear me? All right, well, we're still looking at the results that we have, reviewed today. If you were to talk to investors, what would you say to them looking at these 4 stocks? If they are to take positions, what position?
Like I always say that numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
If numbers don't lie, we have seen the performance of this company displayed to them. Now we are not telling that they have seen it themselves. You have to choose from the numbers you are seeing which one is better. For me, I would advise that investors to look the world for Learn Africa. Learn Africa is not only just because of the number. They also plan to acquire companies to expand their business, and also they are planning to do right issue to invest more on their business. Before a company will go for right issue, that they need money to expand their business. They are going to do right issue, and also they acquire another business that's related to what they are doing. That means they want to take a larger share of the market, and the numbers already showing that they are the leader in terms of performance.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay, I think Alaji is trying to connect.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear us, sir?
I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, sir. Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, go ahead. I would like to have your thoughts. We've talked about Red Star Express, we've talked about Learn Africa and some other ones. Let's have your thoughts on Red Star Express. I guess the connection is just terrible today. I'll just wrap up with your
Hello,
thoughts.
sir. Can you hear us? Hello?
And Alhaji just to have very strong connection.
I'm surprised today.
Yeah, Nigeria happens today.
Well, actually, as I was saying, that this time, let the numbers guide you as an investor. Like, what we do in invest data, we combine fundamental and technical analysis. If you are seeing that the fundamental of a company is becoming impressive, then look at what is the market doing in terms of sentiment and in terms of volume. Now, we are seeing that this result is good. Can see the price of this Learn Africa going up and down. It says that people are looking at it. Now we have seen the number already, the unaudited account.
Yes. Learn Africa, as he said, it looks at this line of product to go for Learn Africa.
Okay.
Okay, I think we just have to end it there. Seriously.
Your network, sir, today
your
network today is very fast, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, I tried.
Okay,
sir.
I hope you discuss about the bundle issue.
Oh, yes, we did the bundle. Okay. Do you want to continue to add to it, sir?
Yes, I wanted to add.
I think the network, the connection is better now. So very quickly,
go ahead, sir.
Let's have you.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Yeah.
Yes, what I'm saying that
okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Kofi. I think we just have to end it there. I mean, the connection is very poor. It's very poor. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And we've had Rotimi Olubi, the Managing Director, ARM Securities Limited. Thank you so much, Rotimi, for coming on the show and for airing your thoughts. And of course, we've had Mr. Kofi Garuba. Thank you so much for coming on the show. He is the MD, APT Securities and Phones Limited. Unfortunately, we couldn't hear him very well because he's, I don't know, the network was so bad today. But of course, we look forward to having a better time with you next week, Friday. We do appreciate everything you do and for even trying very hard to be a part of this conversation today. Thank you so much. And of course to my in-house analyst, in the studio analyst.
In-house studio anyone, you are correct.
Yeah, I'm Bruce Amodion, Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consulting. Thank you so much for
Thanks
coming.
for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much for being a part of the conversation today. Next week, we'll definitely have better conversation and the network will definitely be better next week. Enjoy the weekend. I am Perpetua Fasami Peter. Bye for now. See you some other time.